warrior with the hands. That's what I'm all about. Hunger in my eyes, vengeance in my mouth. They don't want no altercation. Situation gon' get critical. It's best that you be easy. The end gon' be biblical. Look, flow like a river. It's something like a miracle. Royalty in my veins, loyalty in my ways. Pay back in every breath, plus revenge in my heart. The truth in every word. Bring light into the dark. And I ain't never lukewarm. Shit, I blazing in the season. Got plenty food for thought. Just gotta watch who I'm feeding. I've been walking with them angels, so I guess I got this pistol for no reason. Niggas barely breathing, criticizing all my achievements. Won't make me weak. Nah, it won't make me slack off. These niggas baby fat, so I better bear witness or back off. I be ripping shit like sackcloth. Dumb dogs all barked out. Behind me say I cut full. No room for emotion, so I pour my heart out. This road hard, but I intend to stay. And if it ain't U.P.K, then they in the way. My niggas righteous, they real, they down to something. Flow so deep, they drown a motherfucker. He say he in the truth, oh yeah? Bro, this the home. And I don't hate them brothers, I'm just too loyal to my own. Plus what they believe, hard for me to follow. Don't rank me no head, and I ain't leaving this body to live and sleep in hollow. So when they ask I'm U.P.K, tell them absolutely. And I ain't trimming my ways for nothing, gotta execute me. Cause I can never die with my tail tucked between my legs. Shit I be thinking, watching my daughters tucked in their bed. They so smart, and Alana, she so beautiful, but they ain't like other babies, and they daddy far from usual. Now I'm missing cause I'm about my father's business. It ain't about this shit I used to do in that 98 Navy and 10 leather seats. See, without wisdom, this world make you weak. I found out that the truth was bitter, the lies are sweet. Tried everything, I guess me and YAHANNA had to meet. Now I make the blind see, and I make the dead speak, and teach both my little girls the day that they lie with a man, they better bring me bloody bed sheets. Chaos match the time, this Glock match my handpiece, and I ain't trying to take him out, but I will defend this house, or take a check. 144 in that black trench on some hitman shit. She call me 47. Praying for Armageddon. Me and my soldiers dressed for the wedding. Fuck the fame. Ask why, tell them I'm loyal to the king. Until the righteous reign. Loyal to the king. I want this straight lane to break the chain. Loyal to the king. The devils can't have me.
Hey, Shalom, Adawan, Yahba Hashem Shabbat.
Shalom, shalom, Yahba Hashem Shabbat. What's going on, bro? Y'all?
Everything to Wab Adawan.
God, we about to get started.
Khan.
All right, this is Friday night Lashawan Kodash class. Let's clap it up. All right, let's get started. Shalom Israel, Shalom Canada, Yahba Hashem Shabbat to all you brothers. That means may the Most High bless you in the name of who the world calls Christ. And to all the sisters, Yahweh Shamar Alathan Bashim Shai. That means may the Most High watch over you, sisters, in the name of who the world calls Christ. In the Hebrew, I'm Priest and Officer Shar Yawan under Commanding General YAHANNA. And we are the I.S.U.P.K, which was started at a 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. All right. This is Friday night's Hebrew class. Friday night Lashawan Kodash. Lashawan Kodash in English means the holy tongue. All right. Holy tongue or ancient tongue. All right. That is the language of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right. Every Friday night in the I.S.U.P.K. All right. You can tune in at 7 o'clock. Brothers in the school are teaching Hebrew to our people. Hebrew to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right. That is what our organization is all about. Teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Teaching them their identity, giving them back their culture, their laws, statutes, and commandments that we read about in the Bible. All right. And just giving life to our people. All right. So tonight, we'll start off like we always do, just going over the alphabet. All right. good to practice the alphabet. All right. In the Hebrew, we have 22 characters. It's good to just practice writing it down over and over, getting used to the alphabet. All right. So we got Abba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Ta, Za, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and Tha. All right. These are the 22 characters of the Hebrew. All right. Let me just adjust the camera a little bit. All right. So those are the 22 characters of the Hebrew. All right. Of the Lashawan Kodash. All right. Really quickly from the top, just a quick review. We have a Ah. This is how we pronounce each of these characters. We have a Ah, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Ta, Za, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Tha. All right. It's really good practice to keep writing it down. All right. Keep practicing it until it's second nature. All right. Over time, you'll be able to write down the characters a lot faster. When you're reading words, you'll be able to spell and write down in the Hebrew a lot faster. And it just comes with practice. All right. So what we also teach in this class is we go over the Assyrian, which is very important to practice and know. All right. And just like the Lashawan Kodash, it has a character for each of those 22 characters. All right. They have a Ah, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka. So now you'll notice the only difference is in the Assyrian, they have 5 characters with 2 different symbols. And all that is when you see this character at the end of a word, just make sure you use that second character. All right. So we got Za, Ka, Ta, Ya. Oh, Salakia. And this is why we practice. All right, I got these out of order a little bit. So we got a Ka, Ka, Ta, Salakia, Wa, Abba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka ta ya ka la ma na sa I pa to za kwa ra sha and a tha. All right. And so these are the 22 characters of the Assyrian. All right. You notice there's 5 characters. The ka, ma, na, pa, to za. They have 2 characters for each. And just make sure you use that second character at the end of the word. All right. So we got aba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, to za, kwa, ra, sha, tha. All right. All right, so we got that down for review. What we're going to go over today is we're going to go over Psalms chapter 121. It's a prayer that we say in the I.S.U.P.K. We say this prayer a lot after classes or during Sabbath service. And we're going to break that prayer down a bit. All right. So we're going to jump right into it. When we break this down, you're going to see words in the present tense, past tense. You're going to see words plural. You're going to see words with possessives and preposition words. All right. This prayer has a lot of different things in it. It's just overall a good book to go over to just help get used to the Hebrew. All right. So we're going to get right into it. This is Psalms chapter 121. If you're just tuning in for the first time, a good website or reference you can use to start learning the Hebrew a bit better is Blue Letter Bible. All right. It's a very good tool to use. You can go to blueletterbible.com or you can download the app on your phone. I'm not sure if they also have it for iPhones, but I know you can download it for Android. All right. I'm going to pull up the Blue Letter Bible on my phone. With a Blue Letter Bible. Just typing in the search, Psalms 121. All right. And once you're there, when you're looking at the verses, there's a button called Tools. You can click on that tool, and an interlinear will pop up with the Hebrew. All right. So this is Psalms chapter 121 in the Hebrew. All right. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Verse 1, it says, a song of degrees. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. All right, we're going to start off where it says, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. All right, so we're going to start off with Asha'ah. All right. We have Ah. Yeah, we're going to start with Asha'ah. Asha'ah. Ayanya. Asha'ah. Ayanya. All. All. Haharium. Haharium. Mayan. Mayan. All right, we'll stop there. All right. We'll do it. We'll do each verse. We'll break it down bit by bit. All right. So up here we got the Assyrian. All right. Starting with Asha'ah. When we do the Hebrew, we always read right to left. We have Asha'ah, Ayanya, Al, Haharium, Ma'ayan. All right. So we can transfer these characters. All right. Like I said, each character in Assyrian and the Lashawan Kodash, we got a character for each. All right. This Assyrian Hebrew comes from our language. So we have a Asha'ah. We have a Ayan, Ayanya, All, Hahar, Yum, Ma'ayan. Ma'ayan. All right. Brock, y'all, if you could help me break this down in the English.
Khan.
So, like we did last week, let's start off with some of the words that are similar to us. All right. Are there any words you see here that you recognize?
Ayanya.
Ayanya, Most High in Christ. So what does Ayan mean?
Ayan is I.
I, Most High in Christ. All right. Ayan is I. All right. This is one of the characters. One of the characters out of the 22 characters in the Lashwan Kodash Hebrew. And this character, we call it characters, not letters like we do in the English. We call it characters because they represent something. All right. We pronounce this character I, and this character is called a Ayan. All right. Ayan, which means I. Okay. And so now we have right here, we have this character at the end of the word. Okay? So we got a root word, which means I. And then we have this word at the end. All right, Brachel, what does that mean?
My.
My. So this is a possessive word. That means my. All right? We would say in English, my eye. All right? Anything else you see that's familiar?
Ra.
All right, so this one, all. All is a very common word. All right? We're going to see this word all over the Bible. And it means to or unto. All right? Say to unto. You could also say forward or toward. All right? Well, Salaki, let me take a forward. You might see it in one of the biblical usages. All right? These are the three words that we'll use. All right? We got to, unto, or toward. All right? Now, there's another word I see here. We have yam. When you see this, just letting you know, world is yam is masculine plural. All right, masculine plural, and then we have this word hahar. All right, hahar is a root word. Oh, Salakia. So har yam is the root word. All right. We got a masculine plural, and we have har yam, which means deliverance. All right. And then we have a possessive word, a preposition right here. All right. These preposition words you see at the beginning of a word. All right. We have the preposition ha. You can see ha, which means the.
Salaki, other one.
God.
According to the Blue Letter Bible, Har is hills.
Har is hills. All right. Let's put that up. I'm going to pull up my blue letter too, just to follow along. So if we look up the Strong's definition, we have the hills. Okay, come on, Slucky. What do I have deliverance here? The water for that. Okay, so har. This word har is hills or mountains. All right. Hills or mountains. We started off with this word up here, asha'ah. If you could, Baraki Allah, what is asha'ah in the English?
According to the Blue Letter Bible, it means I will lift up.
I will lift up. All right. I will lift up. And then we got one more word up here at the end. We have ma'ayan. Ma'ayan. And what does ma'ayan mean in the English?
From whence?
From whence? Okay, Chris. All right. Now, Salakia. Rakiel, I've seen you in a couple classes now,
Khan.
and this is becoming almost second nature to you. All right. Which is a very good thing. Right? We're able to look at the Hebrew. Right? Now, I know, Salakia, when I first started learning Hebrew, when I looked at these words, I felt like I was lost, like I was out to lunch. You know what I mean? To me, I just saw the Hebrew. It was a little intimidating. I thought I would never be able to learn it, pick it up. It just looked like a very foreign language to me. But I found after just putting in a little practice, it actually wasn't that hard. It didn't take too long to learn. You just have to start off getting that alphabet down. Once you get the alphabet down, you start getting the pronunciation down. Right? And then you're able to read out full verses. All right? So again, we got the first part of Psalms chapter 121, verse 1 down. We have Asha'a Ayanya, Al-Haharim, Ma'ayan. All right. And the last part of the verse that we'll get up here, we're just missing two words. We got Yaba'a, Izaria. All right. Yaba'a, Izaria. You got any questions about what we got up here?
Lot one.
Yeah, one second, Chris. Now, what I'm going to do for myself, because I find that there's some words that we repeat in the I.S.U.P.K. That are very common to us, like Thawada, which means thank you. Barak, which means bless. Right? Shalom, which means peace. There's a couple words that we say frequently. All right? And these words have become almost second nature to us. Right? We can say la'ah, which means no. Khan, which means yes. So what I'm going to do for myself as a challenge, I'm going to pick 5 words. 5 words in the Hebrew. Just 5. And I'm going to practice these words all week. All right? I'm going to practice saying them all week. And then hopefully by next week, these words will become second nature to me. All right? We have a long list. You can check out some of our videos of common root words, common verbs, common nouns that we use. All right? And I encourage you to do the same thing. Just pick a couple words and just practice it. Doesn't have to be a lot. It could be 2 words, 3 words. And just practice saying it over and over. All right? So let's keep going with this verse. All right, the last part we missed with Yaba'a. We got Yaba'a. Yaba'a Izaria. Izaria. All right. Yaba'a Isaiah. Let's start off with this word. Isaiah. Rocky Allah, what does Isaiah mean?
Izar is help and Ya is
Is help and what?
Ya is my.
Yah is my. Khan, we got a possessive word. Right? Yah is my. And Izar is help. All right. Now, Isaiah is actually a brother's name in the Bible. All right. You could take a guess, Barak Allah. In the English, who is Isaiah? It's one of the prophets. All right. He has a whole book in the Bible.
It says one of the prophets.
Khan.
One second, I one.
No sweat. While you look for that, I'll get this word up here. Yaba'a.
I think it's Ezra.
Come, most high in Christ. Come, most high in Christ. We'll clap it up for that. Isaiah is actually the prophet Ezra. All right. Ezra. And his name means my help. All right. And then we have this word up here, Yaba'a, which means cometh. All right. And if I'm not mistaken, Ezra is actually Yahweh's help. All right, the Lord's help. All right, I'll just write that up here. All right, we got the Lord's help. As the prophet Ezra. All right, so Psalms 121, verse 1. In the English, it says, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. All right, we're going to jump down to verse 2. Jump to verse 2 and keep going. All right, verse 2. Verse 2 in the Hebrew, we have Isaiah. Isaiah Ma'aim. Isaiah Ma'aim. Right, something pay attention to when I'm writing these. We have a ma and a ma, right? They look different because one is at the end of a word. We got Ma'aim Yahweh. Yahweh. Aisha. Aisha. Shamayam. Shamayam. We have Shamayam. Wa. They have a Wa. Fit that in. Wa. Ra. Taza. All right. Wa Arataza. We'll put that up in the Hebrew. All right. We have Isaiah. Zaria. Ma'ain. Ma'ain. Yahweh. Aisha. Shamayam. Wa. Ra. Taza. Wa Ra Taza. All right, so again, we got both the Assyrian and the Lashwan Kodash. All right, again, we got Isaiah, which is Ezra, which is my help. Brachiala, any other words up here you see that are familiar?
Wa Arataza.
Wa Arataza. What is Wa Arataza? Salaki, what's that?
Wa Arataza is earth.
Earth, Khan. Is that what this whole word is? Wa Arataza, earth?
Salakia, Wa and Arataza is earth.
Khan. So we have Wa, which is and. All right, anything else?
Yahweh.
Khan. All right, which is the Most High or the Lord. I see one other word that I think you can get.
Shemayim.
God. What is Shemayim?
Heaven.
Heaven. God. So Shemayim is actually, we have a Shah, right? Which is a preposition, which is whom, which, or pertaining to, right? All right. In this case, just to speed it up, I know it is pertaining to. And then we have Mayim. All right. All right, which is water. So we have the water. You have the water and the firmament above, which is heaven. All right. And then we got one more word in there. Let's look that up. We have I.S.U.P.K.
According to the Blue Letter Bible, it means which made.
Which made?
Which made.
Which made? Which made? All right. Oh, and Salaki, we're missing one more. We have Ma'ayin. Ma'ayin.
According to the Blue Letter Bible, it means from.
Yeah. So it does mean from. We have a preposition here, which is ma, right? Ma is of or from, right? From. And if I'm not mistaken, that root word ayin is up. Let's see if this Blue Letter Bible has that root word in there. Ma'ayin. So ma'ayin means from in the English. It has a preposition ma, which means from. Yeah, and ayin is a root word. Let's see what words we can use here. So this root word often accompanies that preposition ma. This is the Strong's definition of ayin. I'll read the Strong's definition. It says, this is H6004. It is an adverb or preposition with, in conjunction with, in varied applications, specifically, equally with, often with prepositional prefix. It's accompanying against and as before, beside, before, beside, by reason of, for all, from, in, like, more than, of. Check out biblical usage. Could also be with, against, also toward. All right. It's often used with a prefix. All right. So that prefix will help determine what it is we're speaking about. Let me check what I have in my notes. I'm All right, we'll leave what we got there. Just want to double check one thing. Okay, I'll leave that for now. And so that is most of Psalms 121. Let me go back. Verse 2. Did we fit that all in there? Wa arataza, Khan. So we have Isaiah, Ezra, which means my help. My help comes from the Most High, which made heaven and earth. All right. All right. We'll jump to verse 3. Psalms 121 and 3. In the Hebrew, we have all. All right. All. We're going to see this word a lot. All your cup. Verse 3. All your thana. All your thon. Lama wat. La ma wat. Lama wat. Rabba. Ragalka. Ragalka. All Yanawam. All Yanawam. All right. So we got all of verse 3 up there. All right. We got a couple words repeating. If you could, Rock it all. Any words that you see that you already know?
Well, according to the Blue Letter Bible, all is not.
Yep. Yep. That's one way of using it. That's one usage. You have to, unto, towards, all. You're saying in this context it says not.
Wakan.
That's the first word. Let's check that out. We'll pull up the Strongs for that. Once, not. It has a negative particle. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I'd have to double check my notes. But when you see all, it's not actually a word. It's more directing you to something.
Wakan.
All right. That's why I have these words like to, unto, towards. It's like pointing you in the direction of something. It's helping giving a context to a word. All right. But I don't want to go through all my notes right now for that. But this is fine. Let's keep going. Anywhere else?
Regalka.
Oh, regalka. What is regalka?
Regal is foot. Ka is your.
Words. You say regal is foot?
Wakan.
Most High in Christ. Regal is foot, and then ka is a preposition for. You say for?
Your.
Ka. Right? This can be you or your. Anything else? Lama what sounds pretty familiar to me.
No, I'm not sure I don't want.
Yeah, sure, no sweat. Anything else?
La.
All right, no sweat. All right. So again, we got a pretty good bit down. Again, we can always just look up different prepositions in here, right? We have lama watts, la. We got 2, 4. We got another preposition down here. You sure you don't know this word down here?
Shamar.
Shamarka. What is shamar?
Shamar is to watch.
To watch. Most High in Christ. Right? To watch. Right? Shamarka. To you watch. Right? Something very important that we do for our brothers. Right? We watch over each other. We got Yana Wam. Yana Wam.
According to the Blue Letter Bible, it means thee will slumber.
All right. We got one more up here. Yathan. Yathan. Do you know Nathan in the Bible or Nathan?
Khan.
You know what that means in the English?
Suffer.
La. Nathan is gift. All right. When you see Yathan, it is to give. All right. And there is Psalms chapter 121, verse 3.
Salakia, according to the Blue Letter Bible, Yathan is he will suffer.
He will suffer.
Khan.
He will suffer. Let me open this with you. Yathan. He will suffer. Let me open up the Strongs. So we have they have Nathan. Let me double check this. Yathan. So we have a Yah. Okay. So Yathan is suffer. The root word of Yathan is Nathan, which is to give.
Khan.
All right. So Nathan is the root word. I'm going to make a note of this. The root word of Yathan is Nathan. Yathan is to suffer. So like, this is the first time for myself seeing where they have a root word that's spelled differently. So I'm going to ask a brother who knows a little more than me. I'm curious to know how they got suffer. All right. But that's no sweat. So they have, if I could, this is a Strong's definition of Nathan. It has appoint, ascribe, assign, avenge. To cast, cause, charge, commit. To get, give, to grant. You go down near the bottom. You also can be used to strike, to suffer, to slander.
Salakia, the one.
God.
According to the Blue Letter Bible, Shamarka is he that keepeth.
Khan, that's another word. All right.
Oh, Khan.
Keepeth and watch. Right. Keepeth is to. It's an old English word. To keep something. How would we say that today? I don't want to use the word maintain. To keep is almost to like maintain something, or to, like, your car. You have a car, right? If you wash your car, you're keeping it. You're taking care of it, right? To keep it's an old English word. All right. It's the same as to watch over. All right. Depending on the context, one word might fit a little better. All right.
Khan, oh, Khan.
I am curious about the Yathan. That's no sweat. All right. So Psalms 121 verse 3. All right. We got to suffer for. We could put, what else can we put for Lamawat?
Is to be moved.
Or you can have at, in. All right. Depending on the context. What does the Blue Letter Bible say for Lamawat?
To be moved.
To be moved. So that's what the King James translators put in. We got to be moved. All right. All right. And that English that you're reading, that's what the translators have put in the actual verse. All right. That's the words they felt that best matched. When I am writing down some of these definitions, I'm always writing down the Strong's definitions. I'm writing down the root words. All right. So this is Psalms 121, verse 3. We got to get, or Salakia, to suffer, to be moved, your foot towards slumber. And then you could say, you watch or you keep it. All right. It's also okay to take out you watch and just say watch it or keep it. All right. That's saying the same thing. So let's jump to verse 4. Right. That's all of verse 3. Let's go to verse 4. All right, verse 4 in the Hebrew, we have Hana. Hana. La'a. Hana, La'a. Yanawam. Yanawam. Hana, La'a, Yanawam. La'a, Yayashan. Okay, we're in verse 4. Wala'a. Wala'a, Yayashan. Shawamar. Shawamar. Fit that here. A little smaller. Shawamar. Ya. Sharala. All right. That's all of verse 4. All right, let's go one more time, Barak Allah. Fit in 2 more verses. So this is Psalms 121 and verse 4. We have Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasharala. All right. Let's fill out the words that we know in the English. All right, Barak Allah, any words that look familiar to you?
Yanawam is slumber.
Most High in Christ. Yanawam. All right, we got slumber. How about the word right in front of it?
La is no or neither.
Most High in Christ. All right. Anything else?
Yasharala is Israel.
Okay. Two more.
Shawamar is keep it or watch.
Shawamar. All right. Gotta double check my notes, but I'm pretty sure when you have a wa, but wa is making it. Is that past tense? Well, this is present tense. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure this is present tense. So this would be like keeping or watching. All right. I have to double check my notes for that. But yeah, so shawamar. Right. We have shamar, which is the root word in there, which is keep or watch. All right, Yasharallah is Israel, the prince of the power. This word, Brachiala, we got a preposition, and then we have la'ah.
And no or nor.
Okay. All right, Most High in Christ. So we broke down all of verse 4, all right, without looking at our notes, without looking up, without looking through the blue letter Bible.
So like there's one word missing out of one.
There's one word missing in this verse.
Yayashan.
God. We have
And
Hannah, we have Yayashan right here. Wala'ah, Yayashan. Right? We're just missing two words in the English, right? We've translated the rest of the verse without looking at any of our notes.
Hannah is behold.
Behold, Most High in Christ. Yayashan. Well, let's look up in the blue letter
Sleep.
Bible. Blue letter Bible says sleep.
Kanawakan.
Okay, Most High in Christ. All right. Okay, that took less than a minute to break down. All right. All right. We just gotta pick up a little on when we're just reading the Hebrew, what it is we're saying. Right? We might be saying, for example, we might be praying this prayer, Psalms 121, verse 4, and we say Wala'ah. Right? And we might be saying Wala'ah like we've never heard the word. But we say La'ah all the time. Right? We also say Wa, right, all the time. Right? For example, in the school, we say a lot, Barakatha Yahweh Wa Yahweh Shai. Yahweh and Christ. The Most High and Christ. Wa just means and. Wa la'ah and no. Right? We got Yanawam, which is slumber. Hana, behold. Hana la'ah, behold. Neither slumber and no and nor sleep. Right? That's verse 4. Behold, neither slumber nor sleep. Right? Shawamar. We say shamar all the time. Keep shamar. Watch over your brothers. Right? Shamar Yasharallah. Right?
So like y'all I'm gonna step out real quick.
Come on, no sweat. All right. What we'll do, we'll jump to verse 5. All right. So what we'll do, go to verse 5, and we're going to spell it out how we pronounce it now. Okay? So we just had Shawamar Yasharallah. All right. We're going to go to verse 5. Verse 5. All right. We have Yahweh. Mark this down a bit. So we got Yahweh. Yahweh Shemarka. Yahweh Shemarka. Yahweh. Yahweh Tzalka. Yahweh Shemarka. Yahweh Tzalka. Al Yad. Al Yad Yamyanka. All right. Al Yad Yamyanka. So what we have up here, all right, little different from what we've been doing. This is how you pronounce each of the words, all right? Now, I know when you see English, you just want to read left to right, but we're going right to left, okay? So we got Yahweh, Shemarka, Yahweh, Tzalka, Al Yad, Yamyanka, all right? So we have Yahweh, okay? And I'll just underline the characters that we have. Shemarka, Yahweh, Tzalka. All right. Now this could be a ta and a za instead of a taza. So let me double check. We're in verse 4. Or Salaki, we're in verse 5 now. Yahweh Shemarka, Yahweh. This is a taza. A taza, a la, and a ka. Al Yad Yamyanka. All right. Al Yad. Al Yad. Yam Yanka. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to transfer each of these characters that we see. Right. This is the pronunciation of the word. First, we have a ya. All right. We're writing right to left. A ya. We have a ha. A wa. And a ha. Yaha. Yahawa. All right. And this connects when we pronounce it. All right. When we're pronouncing our syllables. We have Yahweh, Shemarka. We have a Sha, a Ma, a Ra, and a Ka. All right. Shamar. Shamar is a root word, which is to watch. And then we have Ka, Shemarka. Again, we have Yahweh. Yahweh. Yahweh Tzalka. This is a Tazah. All right. And then we have a La and a Ka. All right. Tzalka. Then we have a I, a La, a Ya, and a Da. An I, a La, a Ya, and a Da. All right. And this last word in verse 5 is Yam Yanka. We have a Ya, a Ma, a Ya, a Na, and a Ka. All right. A Ya, a Ma, a Ya, a Na, and a Ka. All right. Yam, Yan, Ka. All right. Yamyanka. So this is verse 5. All right, just doing it a little different. And again, we're going to break this down. All right. So I'm going to look at the words that I see that are common. All right. I know Yahweh is the Most High. All right. When you read it in the Bible, you might see God, capitals in capitals. You might see the Lord in capitals. All right. When you see Lord capitals, it's usually Yahweh. If I'm not mistaken, every time you see it in capitals, it's the Most High. All right. It's the tetragrammaton, what they call the tetragrammaton. All right. Which is a Yah, Aha, Wa, Naha. And the series. All right. That's the tetragrammaton. Yah, Aha, Wa, Naha. All right. And that's the Lord or the Most High. We have it again, Yahweh. All right. There's the Most High. Again, Shamar. All right. Shamar. Very important. All right. It's to watch. All right. I'm able to make out the root word, which is Shamar, which is watch. And then I have a possessive word. Possessive being at the end of a word. All right. It's saying you watch or your watch. All right. Shamarka. And then we have Tazalka, Al Yad Yamyanka. I've seen Al a lot. What is Al? Can't remember it off the top of my head. But that's no sweat. All right. So after I got that. Oh, come on, Raphael. Go ahead.
Al is upon.
Upon the water. Upon. All right. So we got that there. The next thing that I would do, right, to start filling out this, to complete this sentence, all right, I see some root words that I'm not sure of, but I know that when we're reading this verse, right, I understand the context of it. So I understand we're speaking, these words belong to somebody. When you see possessive words, these words let you know what something belongs to, right? So when you're going to start seeing ka, right, all throughout the sentence, ka, shamarka, shamarka, tazalka, yamyan ka, right? We're speaking about you, right? So I got these possessive words. I can fill these out. You, right? Yamyanka, tazalka. And now all I have to do, right, is just fill out my root words, right?
Salah one.
God
Yam is right.
is right. Oh, Khan, Most High in Christ, and Salakia. I should know that word. Salakia. A common word you're going to hear in the UPK is Yamyan Shar, right? Yamyan is right. Shar means turn, all right? In the I.S.U.P.K, this school, this is the Lord's army, right? In the Lord's army, there's certain things you're going to learn, right? There's certain commands you're going to learn. Yamyan is right. Shar is turn, right? Or Sar. Yamyan Sar is turn, right turn. Yamyan, right? You have right turn, or Yamyan Shar. Yamyan Sar is right turn, right? Yamyan is right. Shama all. Shama all. What's like it? Shama all. Shama'al is left, right? And Hapak is reverse, all right? These are some commands you'll learn in the school, right? Yamyan is right. Shama'al is left. Hapak is reverse, right? So we have Yamyan is you, right? Tazal. We have Tazal, right? I know the characters, right? You have a Tazal, just like a tomahawk, a weapon, right? So I know this word should be very masculine.
Salakia.
God,
Tazal is shade.
you say shape?
Shade.
Shade. God. God. Shade. All right. To give something shade, right? To give something protection, right? Like I was saying, something masculine, right? It's masculine to protect, right? Shade is like a covering, right? That's the understanding behind the word. So we have shade, and then we have this last word, we have yad, all right?
Means hand.
Hand. Most High in Christ, right? And there's Psalms 121 and verse 5, right? The Lord watches you. The Lord is your shade upon your right hand, right? The Lord is my shade upon my right hand. Most High covers me. Most High protects me. Right? That is what we pray for. All right. So let's get one more verse in here. All right. And we'll do this last verse the same way we did this verse. All right. We're going to focus more on just the Lashwan Kodash. All right. Transfer out of the Assyrian. The reason the Assyrian is important to learn, because a lot of our manuscripts are written in the Assyrian. All right. Just like blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans today are speaking languages that are foreign to them, right? Speaking Spanish, speaking English, speaking French, all right? We're speaking the languages of our oppressor is the same way that Israelites, that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans began to speak in different captivities, all right? You can see our history of different migrations of the nation of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, also known as the nation of Israel. And that's the reason that some of these manuscripts are written in Assyrian. Okay? So let's get verse 6 up here. We just had Yahweh Shemarka, Yahweh Tazolka, Al Yad Yamyanka. We have Yahweh Mam. Yahweh Mam. Right? Again, this is just a pronunciation. Yahweh Mam, Hashemash. Hashemash. La'a Yakaka. La'a Yakaka. La'a Yakaka. Wayarak. Wa Yarak. Bala Yala. Bala Yala. All right. All right. So again, right, I'm looking for each character in the word. We have a ya, a wa, a ma, and a ma. All right. So this is ya, a wa, a ma, and a ma. You have a mum, ha, sha, mash, hashamash, la'a, ya, ka, ya, kaka, wa, yarak, wa, ya, a ra, and a ka, wa, ya, rock, and then bala, ya, la. Ba, Allah, ya, Allah, and a ha. Bala, bala, ya, la. All right. Bala, ya, la. All right. Bala, ya, la. Now, Salaki, I see a lot of words in here that do not look familiar to me. All right. So this verse might take a little longer to break down. All right. I do see one word, right? And of course, so again, we have a lot of prepositions, right? We have wa, you have ya, right, which is my. We have ba, which is in. All right, we can get a couple of these down. Ba is in, ya is my, la'a means no or not, right? Possibly neither, depending on the context. Right, we're speaking in 2021, so when we would break it down, we would look for a word that we'd use today, right? Brothers and sisters aren't going around speaking Old English. Baba Hashamash, wa Iraq, we have a wa, which means and, right? We have a ha preposition, meaning the. All right. And we got a couple things up here, right? Yahweh mom, again, is my. All right. And so we're able to fill in a couple things there. All right. Brock Ya'ala, are there any root words you see here that are familiar to
Yawam,
you? Yawam. Yawam. What is Yawam in the English?
day,
Day?
the day.
Oh, day. Oh, Most High in Christ. Salaki. Day. Yawam. Absolutely. Yawam is day. All right. That is a very common word. Yawam. Anything else?
Shamash
Shamash. Shamash. What is Shamash?
is the sun.
The sun. Most High in Christ. Shamash. All right. Anything else?
A lot one.
God, no sweat. Allah, Yallah. All right. La, this might also be a preposition. All right. Being 2 or 4. All right. When we're reading through Hebrew, you absolutely can see 2 prepositions before a word. That's also very common. All right. But let's go to our blue letter and see what we got. This is verse 6. So we have Yawamam, Ha, Shamash. It's day, we got, or the sun, we got that. We have La'ah, Yakaka. All right, Yakaka. So Yaka, or Salakia, Ka. Now, Ka is the root word, which is smite. We got Wa Yarak. Yarak. Yarak is the moon. Right? Yarak is the moon. The moon. We have the sun. Bala Yallah. We need that. Bala Yallah, that is the last word in verse 6. Layal. Layal is the root word. Layal, which is night. Night. And then we have a ha at the end, which is her. All right. Yep. I have to double check that. If I recall in my notes, the moon is feminine. The moon is something feminine. All right. I'd have to check with the man above me. All right. In the I.S.U.P.K, we got the answers for everything. We have the answers to all the Hebrew. I just got to check with the man above me. All right. A brother who knows more than I do. So we got verse 6 up here. This is verse 6. So verse 6 in the Hebrew, we have Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah Yakaka, Wa Yarak, Bala Yallah. All right. And what does that say in the English? The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. All right. So we're definitely not far off in our translation. Right. And what you could do, if you want on your own time, you have this written all down like this, right? Let's see. Let's see if we can get this down. All right. We would write this out in the English, just as an example. All right, so we're writing English. We have my day, the sun, no smite, and the moon in and the moon in night. All right. So what we got is we're now trying to make this make sense to somebody in 2021. All right, which is what the King James translators were trying to do to brothers who spoke English in the 1600s. All right. Well, in the 1600s, they were speaking Old English. Brothers over in, I'll just say brothers over in Europe. All right. And so we would have to translate this to make this make sense in 2021. Right? We're reading my day, the sun, no, my smite, and the moon in night. Right? Braga Allah, how would you make that make sense in 2021?
So, Lucky, you want me to read the verse out of one?
Come on, let's read the verse. Right? This is the 1600s.
Come. Psalm 121, verse 6. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night.
Okay, the sun shall not smite thee by day. What does that mean? Does that mean the sun will not kill me?
Khan.
Okay, Khan. So when you hear that, is that a metaphor or is that literal? Can the sun kill you?
La one.
All right. So we know, and this is part of the issue with some Christians, right? They like to read that a snake convinced Eve to go against her power, go against her God, go against her husband, right? We read something like that, a Christian reads something like that, and they take that literal, right? But we have some basic comprehension skills, right? Which is why we got to shake off Christianity, right? We got to shake off some of the things we were taught in the world, and we just got to use common sense, right? This book isn't some mystical fairy tale, right? These are brothers writing their accounts. These are brothers speaking to one another, right? We have some music in the Bible, right? We call it today rapping, right? Brothers were doing the same thing, right? Rapping, writing poetry, right? Putting their thoughts down on a piece of paper, letting them know about the dreams that they're having, the visions that they're having, And then they're having those visions and dreams translated into what is actually happening, what a prophet is actually saying and speaking to. And it lets you know that when you're reading, right? Peter has a vision of all these different insects and animals walking around and crawling around, right? And the Most High is telling them, right, call not thou common what is clean, right? Or Christ is saying this to him. And he was letting them know, like, this is a vision. That some of these things you're seeing aren't literal. And somebody is letting them know what the interpretation of it is, right? So there's a lot of metaphors in the Bible. What is uncommon, right? Or what was something unclean? Were the Israelites who took on the culture of other nations, right? And it lets you know that just as you read down, right? So this is how the Bible is written, right? We have a lot of metaphors in the Bible. All right. So what we'll do, just for time's sake, we're at a time for tonight. All right. This is definitely a lesson we can get into more about understanding the Bible, breaking it down and such, understanding metaphors, which is very important. All right. But for today's class, we're going to end the class here. Next week, we can keep on going in the same prayer, Psalms 121. God, we have a little more to break down, so we can get back into this, pick up where we left off. All right. But for that, we're going to end Friday Night Lash 1 Quadash class. Let's clap it up. All right. We're going to give the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to show themselves to the world. They need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 to 10. Ma'ashra means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests. Not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. We got the Feast of Purim coming up on the 14th of February. We also have the Lord's Passover coming up. All right. I'll play a quick video on that. And I'll also post some information in the chat regarding the Passover. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirts, headband, pants, and scarf. All right. With that said, men of Israel and Majum, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, Imajim Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, Yadamata, Sar. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Imajim Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahweh Shamar, Olafan, Hashem Yahshua, Yadamata. Class dismissed. All right. Make sure you stay tuned for the video. And take a look at the links I post in the chat. All right. The sign out link will also be in the chat. All right. Make sure you hit those links before you end the class. All right, shalom, Israel.
I.S.U.P.K. 53rd Annual Lord's Passover.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is the I.S.U.P.K. down in Florida. I'm Captain of 10,000 YAHANNA. We're here to let you know 53rd Annual Lord's Passover is going to be held down here in Florida. It's going down in South Florida, Cocoa Beach.
Friday, April 15th, 2022.
The lamb, the wine, the brotherhood, the sisterhood, you understand? Good music, good weather, palm trees, the whole nine.
This is going to be glorious. Book your hotels now at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, 301 Tucker Lane, Cocoa Beach, Florida, 32926.
April 15th and the 16th. Don't just book for the 15th. Book for the 15th and the 16th.
It's going down Friday, April 15th at the Space Coast Convention Center.
Moses told Pharaoh we need 3 days to be able to go out into the wilderness and serve our power the way he commands. You're going to have to get that off with your boss, with your slave master. So make sure you in the building. Cocoa Beach, Florida, April 15th to 16th, 2022 is going down. We'll see y'all there. Shalom.
144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000.